Hello and welcome to my first impressions of Heavy Object. Mecha has always been one of those genres that I've been really interested in, but I've just never been able to get into it as much as I've wanted to. So I'm always on the hunt for mecha anime that sound interesting to me, and this one did, so I thought I'd check it out. Heavy Object is set in a world where battles are solely decided by tank-like weapons known as objects. Because of this, wars have become much safer and cleaner since the standard large-scale battles between armies of soldiers is no more. This all changes though when two low-ranked soldiers, Quentha and Javier, take down an object by themselves with just conventional weaponry and their intelligence. One thing that I noticed almost immediately is that the objects look really weird. They're basically spheres with 50 different cannons plastered all over them. It looks like something that an overexcited 14-year-old would come up with. Now there are a few different designs, but they all just look so ridiculous to me. In recent years, Square Enix has gotten a lot of flack for going overboard with their character designs by giving them like 5 different belts and oversized shoulder pads, and I think the creators of this show went a little bit overboard as well. Even though I didn't like their designs, I will say that the show did a fantastic job at hyping up the objects as these monstrous weapons that can't be stopped. This really helped me suspend my disbelief and get a lot more immersed in the show. Moving on to something else that I found really weird. A few minutes into the first episode, there's this really out of place shower scene. It's interlaced with these two characters talking about the current war environment, and the shower scene has absolutely nothing to do with what they're talking about. This has to be one of the worst uses of fan service that I've ever seen. They didn't even try to blend it into what's going on. They were just like, here's a girl's ass. Enjoy. Another thing that was turning me off the show early on is that the first episode is bogged down with exposition. Even though I might sound a bit unenthusiastic, I was actually okay with this because I know there are a lot of anime out there that need to get a ton of information out there quickly in order for their story to make sense. Fate Zero is a very good example of this. It started out pretty slow with exposition, but it turned out to be absolutely amazing. But even after saying all that, if you're going to have a very exposition heavy first episode, you'd better start to bring it in your second and third episodes. And luckily, the show definitely ended up doing this. In the second episode, there are a lot of significant events that happen that help get the story rolling and increase the pace of the show. When this happened, I became overjoyed, and I really found myself loving this anime after the change in pace. I also found that when everything started to pick up, I started liking the characters a lot more as well. Quentha, who's the main character, initially comes off as a bit of a douche. This is because he's constantly going on about how he's going to become rich when he becomes a famous object designer. But later on, when everything starts going down, it's revealed that he has a very strong sense of morality and he's willing to put his life on the line to save others. Melinda is another character that I didn't really like at first because she came off as bland. But when the anime gets rolling, she starts to show a lot more emotion. She also starts to show a lot of regret for her previous behaviour. She believed that she was better than everybody else because she was a famous object pilot. But after getting saved by 2 regular soldiers, she became a lot more humble. Heavy Object has got to be the biggest turnaround of the season, and I'm definitely eager to see where they go next. If you would also like to watch this show, it's available on Funimation's website and on Anime Lab. So anyway, thank you very much to everybody who watched this video. If you have any feedback, feel free to leave a comment. If you like this video and want to see more, feel free to subscribe as well. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.